ever simped over your friend, even in a platonic way, you aren't 100% straight. Come on now.
Hey kids. Welcome home.
So. Oh. I keep falling off my chair. I'm falling off my chair.
Are you good? You good, bro? You cool? Maybe we continue?
Continue.
Hi, how are you? It's been a minute. And something very, very cool has happened since we last connected. So we're just gonna have a little general, quiet, calm chit chat for a minute here. I'm gonna take you guys back in time a little bit. We're gonna go back about 13 and a half, 14 years to a little movie that was released while I was, if you can believe it, larger than I am now, because I had a human growing within me. Back when I was pregnant, a fabulous movie that shaped my entire pregnancy and had me laughing so hard that I was actually excited about my pregnancy came out. It was a little movie by the name of Juno. Some of the greatest quotes of all time are within this movie. If you've never seen it, kids, you have homework. Go watch Juno. It's fantastic. My favorite quote out of said movie.
Whoa, check out baby big head. Dude, that thing is freaky looking.
Excuse me, I am a sacred vessel, all right? All you've got in your stomach is Taco Bell.
It's a good movie. It's a very good movie, and it was very well timed that and Knocked Up was a thing while I was same. And I bring this up because I fell a little in love that day with an actress by the name of Elliot Page. And for any of you who pay attention to anything having to do with the news, or if you pull up even Google, you probably realized that we have been gifted a lovely talent in the form of fabulously sensational, talented actor by the name of Elliot Page. And he is as amazing as he's ever been. And I am so proud to say that we are finally in an age where that news, when it broke, was not, ew, gross. It was, wow. Elliot Page has come out as saying he is transgender, was the quote that I was seeing everywhere. It was never, oh, Elliot Page has decided that she would like to be a he. It was just accepted. And I wanted to take a minute and talk about that with you guys because when I was a kid in school, we had, gay kids that went to my school, but nobody would have been comfortable identifying with who they really were. And it was the first thing I said to you, that it was incredibly, the part that made me sad was that Elliot is 34 years old, and he finally at 34 years old felt comfortable being comfortable. And when I say that, I mean comfortable in your own skin, being who you are and who you're supposed to be. And I thought it was a good opportunity to have kind of an open conversation, even though y'all can't reply in person, but please, 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 I want to see more comments on this video than any we've done. I really want this to be a safe place for you guys to share those feelings, because we all wonder, we all have moments. Your grandmother even had a moment where she thought she was in love with a woman. So it's not as uncommon as
my wife who is Miku.
We have to share her. We have to share her. She's part
only if error's mine, dude.
You can have error too. But I really wanted you involved in this one, and I know you still are a little uncomfortable on cam, so I sometimes let you get away with not. But I really wanted you a part of this one, because I want you to know that you can be whoever you want to be as long as you're happy.
And that's why Tokyo and Kobe exist. Two examples of very, very whole men. Even though one is not.
Kobe in a dress.
Kobe in a dress!
You should share, I'll share that art. I do know a couple of little editing tricks, so maybe I'll sneak a flash screen of Kobe in a dress. So you have to send me Kobe in a dress. Kobe in a dress.
Kobe in a dress.
But I want to talk to you, and I want you to speak as well. Your thoughts.
I mean,
again, our videos aren't going to go very far, but if by some way through the chain of life, 500 years down the line when our channel hits 100 subs, maybe he will see this. And I don't know. I think it's good that we're finally in a place where that just was said as, here it is. And I wanted to talk to you because you understand it more than I do. Because like I said, as people are able to be more comfortable being themselves, I don't even know, your grandfather took that gender class. There's so many different identifications. And I want you to help me explain why pronouns are so important.
well, because it's, okay. A lot of the times people are like, very, pronouns are pronouns, it doesn't really matter. But like, if you were in public and somebody said, okay, bye, sir, you'd probably be like, what? No, sorry, what? That's not me. And sadly, that's how a lot of people feel who just look like the thing that people think they are, but they're not the thing that people think they are.
Right.
Like, gender sucks, and I have said that for so long, and that's why technically online I always go by gender fluid. I'm like, give me whatever pronouns you want, I don't care. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm one of the people who are just like, okay, call me he, she, they, I don't care. I honestly do not care.
Call me human.
Call me human.
My name is Human. That is a really good song by Highly Suspect. Please look it up. Music video is gorgeous.
But for a lot of people, they kind of need people to respect pronouns so that they can feel validated and they can feel heard and they know that they can be who they want to be.
Right. And I think that became, I never thought about it. Like, I never really thought about how I felt about the different gender classifications. It wasn't something that it was like, am I okay with this? Am I not okay with this? I didn't think about it. Because to me, as much as it's so important, it's not important. And I hope I know what you mean. You know what I mean by that? Like,
it's, okay, the bar is so low, but so many people think it's so high. Like, it's such an important bar that it's at the top of the things, but it's so low in the standards level. Like, it's like, if you see a woman, you're not gonna call her a dude. If you see a dude, you're not gonna call him a woman. But, like, people, it's sad.
But you don't know.
Yeah. And that's why, even if I see a person who I find feminine or masculine, I'm just like, okay, they, them, until I know for sure.
You do that a lot. You'll say, yeah, even if you know, you still they, them a lot.
Well, yeah, because I don't know if they want me to use pronouns.
Yeah. Well, and what I mean by saying it's so important and not important, it's so important that we feel comfortable with who we are. And that we are able to say, I this is who I am and who I want to be and address me as such. But it's not important because it doesn't change how I feel about you.
Yes.
That's why it's not important. It's an irrelevant conversation that's so relevant. Mm-hmm. It's like the irrelevant news section of Deaf Noodles. He means the exact opposite. It's a total satire. It's so important that you can stand up and say, this is who I am, and know that you have that safe place to be, whoever that is. I don't know that there is such a thing as 100% straight. I've looked at females and been like, good God, you're gorgeous.
Like,
how are you real?
If you have ever simped over your friend, even in a platonic way, you aren't 100% straight. Come on now.
Right. So I, as far as, and how you help me with this, because pansexuality, you know this very well. If you feel comfortable saying why.
What do you mean? What do you need me to explain for you?
So, what I gather in our conversations, because you're comfortable with the fact that...
I don't care. Guys, gender sucks. That's just what I say.
So, Azzy identifies as pansexual.
Hi.
In most general conversation, you are comfortable presenting yourself as looking more feminine.
Yeah. Although at the same time, I do not care
you
if,
don't
like...
really care, right.
Yeah.
But you're a girl, you just don't care if people mistake you as anything else.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm like, okay, there are many different definitions for gender fluid.
Yeah.
And so for other people, it's like, okay, today I feel very feminine, can you call me she, her? Today I feel very masculine, can you call me he, him? But for me, it's just like, I have days where I feel like a dude, but I'm still a girl, but I just still like the vibe. And if you call me a dude online, I'm like, sure, whatever, I don't care. But, like, for me, it's pretty much just, like, how I look sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I want to be more, ooh, today. Other times I want to be more, ooh, woo, today.
There are times where you are very girly, and there are times when I'm seriously afraid that you will murder my soul just by the depth of your voice. So,
I said this to Julia so many times. I go from, like, a lolly to sang-woo.
Oh, no.
Go from Uraraka to Shoto Todoroki.
And you do. So, the thing that I wanted to make sure I was clear on with you.
And wait, we strayed off from Pan. Okay, continue.
We did a little bit. Well, and if it says anything about why it's important and not important, can I tell them how you told me? So we're walking through Target, right?
With a friend who, I don't like her no more because she was a jerk. Okay, continue.
Either way, we're walking through Target with one of her old friends, and she just randomly asks me, do you know what pansexual is? I'm like, kind of, because with when you were going to your old school, there were a lot of people who were different. We were associated with somebody who was transsexual. We were associated with somebody who identified as a lesbian. So I was learning those gender norms because your friends are my kids, and I accept them as my own. And so kind of, I kind of understand what it is. And you're like, would you have any problem with me having a friend that's pansexual? I'm like, why would I care? Like, we've got trans boy over here. We've got bush lesbian girl over here. We've got pretty lesbian girl over here. Why would I care? And she's like, okay. What if I were? I'm like, what of it? She's like, well, I think I am. Okay. Do you like this shirt?
And then you literally go, how did you know? And I was like, I don't know. I just am. I look at Miko and I go, ooga.
So, in the moment it was like, okay, cool.
You literally just continue. You're like, hey, do you like this shirt? I'd just like to say,
because it wasn't.
If your friend is coming out as anything, and if they're like, hey, I think I'm gonna do it today, don't be like, oh, okay, sure. You're walking in.
Be supportive.
We were just at Chuck E. Cheese and we were walking to Target, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna call her. Hey,
Chantal.
Hey,
She fancy.
Chantal. I think I'm gonna tell Goat Mother today, and she was like, okay. So we're walking in, I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna do it. And she's like, okay. So I'm like, hey, Mother. And then the whole time she was just staring at her phone, like. And I was like.
So.
Mean.
So here's a good moral lesson then. If you have a friend who comes to you and says, this is how I feel. Let's, just for the sake of argument here, let's say you are a male and your female best friend comes up to you and says, I think I'm transsexual and I identify as male. Has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with any kind of an attraction to you. Your friend is trying to bare their soul to you because they trust you. So accept them and love them. Because you can't sit here on one side. And this is why the religion piece of it bothers the hell out of me.
Also, I know the actual correct translation. So, we do the, God, I'm just remembering against, with the, God, yes, because I forgot the word Catholic. Anyways, so, everybody's like, oh my God, God is against homosexuality. No, it was a mistranslation, it was pedophilia. Thank you.
Oh. That makes sense.
Pedophilia!
Okay, that makes sense. But the reason why, in addition to that, thank you for your pedophilia contribution to tonight's conversation. I appreciate that very much. The other reason why the religion piece of this grates me a little bit is you can't, on one side of the coin, as somebody who's Catholic,
God, yes,
say that homosexuality is a sin and it's wrong, and then say God makes no mistakes.
Exactly!
God made you. And the other thing that bothers me, and I will tell you this right now, as a parent, you lived inside of me. You grew within me. So for a parent to say that their child, because of anything that is inherently who they are and how they're genetically made up, to say that your child is a mistake, they're genetically linked to
They're
you.
your mistakes then, honey. You deal with it.
You made them.
I have two things to
made
say.
them.
You made a lovely pointer, just like, you know, it isn't your, it's not your place to speak. Like, okay, I'm very bad at coming out. I was sitting on the couch with my uncle, and we were playing Minecraft. And we were sitting there, and we were for some reason talking about a ton of different stuff, and all of a sudden,
What did you just say?
we were talking about stuff, and I think the gays came up somehow, and
We love the gays.
I think he was talking, I can't remember exactly what he was talking about, but I was like, yeah, I mean, I might be pan maybe, and I was like, oh my god, I'm very pan, but he was like, I mean, it's great for you, but it's not my business. I don't care. I care, but I don't care, and I'm like, that's the way to do this.
I care, but I don't care.
And I'd also like to.
I care about you, but I could give two f's about who you choose to be around.
I'm going to really quickly say something that annoys me a lot. So, say, you know, you're a very supportive friend, and you know, you're. Let's just take. Okay. Let's take one of my gay OCs. That's a lot of them. Clay. Tic-tac-toe. So he, like, walks up to somebody and is like, hey, okay, I'm gay. He's like, great. And then starts shipping you with every single male person you see. That's not okay. That's like, you know, hey, I'm straight. Okay, I want you to date them, and them, and them, and them. No. And
I mean, if you want to do that for me, that'd be great.
oh my god. I just like to say, it's not okay to, even if there are two friends who, like, identify as the same sexuality, like, me and Julia are pan, and we are extremely close, and we, you know, make ship OCs together and stuff.
You guys are like the same person.
Yes. And, dude, we snuggle all the time, but it is not okay to ship us because we are both uncomfortable with it, and as a matter of fact, I do not want to be in a relationship for a very long time.
Well, technically, you're still dating Will.
Technically. But it's
and
okay.
if we ever find him again, oh, that boy and his hose.
But
if anybody finds Will Peterson out there, tell him Goat Mom and Azzy love him so much.
In the words of my dear non-binary friend, snuggles do not mean relationship. They mean physical affection in which you give someone that you care about.
You hug your uncle.
I hug my uncle, and I'm not going to date my uncle.
Please don't.
I will not.
Please don't do that.
So,
We love Uncle, but don't do that.
therefore, even if they are, like, you know, very close, they snuggle all the time, they hang out all the time, and they're like me and Nuggets.
Oh, you're
Do
both
not
pan,
ship.
so automatically you should just
Yeah,
date.
that's not okay. I don't want to date her. Thank you.
You guys are like the best of friends. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, you see it when they're here. They're sitting there holding hands the whole time we're filming, you know? And she's going to be here tomorrow for a little while. We're not doing sleepovers for a bit just because there's some harsher restrictions around here, but she's going to come visit for a couple
And
hours.
anyways, I'm already taken to Error Sands, thank you very much. He's mine, and I've called dibs. And even if it's not like the original, no one knows about Ray's AU. He's pretty. I like him. Okay, we've been going on for about 20 minutes, and I need to shower.
So let's wrap up by identifying our family member of the video. And literally, it was a no-brainer who I picked this time because this person literally made me cry. you all know that Mom's a little self-conscious, and Mom wonders sometimes if this whole channel is a good idea. And I know there are a couple of you that are hardcore dedicated to Mom, and that means the world. And I've joked around a lot that the videos are not nearly as fun when you're not on cam or not here, because I think you kind of make the channel. But then I got a message, a private message from dear child Winter, that was the most heartwarming and inspiring message that I think I've had in a while. Just telling me how much the channel means to them, and how I'm pretty decent okay, even if you're not around.
That's not what they said.
That's not what they said.
They went on and on about how amazing you are, because you are.
Well, thank you.
Also, they do really good pixel art.
They really do, and I'm going to plop some of them in. I got their permission to share. They do have a YouTube channel, which I will put the link in the description of the video for that. They have, like, quadruple the amount of subscribers Mom has, because they're that good. Like, go find them and, you know, and subscribe and just love their art and what they're doing. Because the pixel art it's super cute. Like, I've got some of them as emotes in the Discord server. So if you haven't joined the Discord server yet, there's another reason to do it.
Yes.
And we're stupid fun.
Ethan Nuggets is in there, and I kid you not, she never talks. But she watches. She will randomly say something, and it's terrifying. I was in a server with Eve once. Our dear friend Eve. Hi, Eve. And he's like, I'm gonna kick Nuggets. She's not active anyway, and there's not much going on in here anyway. And then Nuggets literally just goes, what? I'm here. I was like, oh my god!
Seems about right. That seems about right.
Anyways, that's another reason to join my terrifying best friend.
We're sporadic. But
we need to stop talking.
Yeah, but your message meant the world. And it means enough to know that at least one of you has found some value in what we're doing. You get me every day. You don't need the YouTube channel to know that I'm here for you. And again, I have to do a special sub shout out. And again, it's the same person. For those of you who know our dear Frankie Mermaid, Frankie's had a rough go with personal life. There really isn't a mom, so I can't legally adopt, but in every way, shape, or form other than a piece of paper dictating it. Laurel Anderson, we have successfully roped her in, and she's my daughter. So she's adopted biological in the Discord server. You are the only one who gets the biological role, because I had to push you out. But
me.
Frankie is now officially our child.
A little.
You have a sister.
Whoa.
You have a sister.
I also have a skister. Skisters, brothers, and skiblings. Those are the friends in which you refer to as family, but are technically not family.
Well, so thank you, Frankie, for agreeing to literally be a part of the family. And thank you to Winter for being a part of the family. You guys are all a part of what we're doing here. And that's why we take these last couple of minutes to talk about you guys in particular. So I will share a couple of pieces of fabulous Winter art. And I will put the link to the description to their channel and the link to the bio as well. And Frankie's. We'll put Frankie's in there too. But I would really like it if you guys gave this video a like. 1 like. We're going to be stupid and we're going to pull one of these. 1 like equals 1 step towards complete and utter equality. The world needs it. Comment on your thoughts on the fabulous and quite handsome Elliot Page.
Very handsome boy.
And the strength and courage of coming out as who he is and who he has been this whole time. I'm honored to call him Elliot. His show has already gone to the lengths of changing all of their intro screens to reflect the name of Elliot. Mm-hmm. That is cool. So comment. Tell me your stories of coming out. Want to hear them. Absolutely. Subscribe if you haven't already done so that I can adopt you and talk about how awesome you all are as well. We will be filming again tomorrow, hopefully. Maybe we'll do one with JNP while we have her, because that just makes it even more fun. But like, subscribe, comment, share it around so other people can see it, and we will see you tomorrow night. I love you all as you are. Good night. Hey kids, one last side note on tonight's video. So, like I said, I've been playing around with doing some minor editing things myself. Don't worry, the actual professionals will take over and make it even better. But I did want to input a couple of pictures for reference on tonight's video. And in doing so, in finding them, I really wanted to share something else about the story that probably going to tear up and be a little clumped. When you Google Elliot Page, the Wikipedia has been changed to Elliot Page. The Google landing page, when you put in his name, is just Elliot Page, and information on him, his age, his nationality, another fabulous Canadian. It's literally, the internet has taken it on, and he's Elliot. And like I said tonight, it's a big deal because it's not a big deal. It just is. Elliot has finally figured out who he is, who he wants to be, and we've accepted it. And that is huge. That is a fabulously huge step for us as human beings, because we all have that in common. No matter who you are or where you come from, you are a human being on this planet, and somebody loves you for who you are. Everybody has someone who loves them for who they are. And when you find your people, you stand by them, and they stand by you. And I am honored to be your people. Good night, kids. I love you all.